Lions defense, it's a cause for concern. In the last 3 games, they allowed the 7th most points. Aaron Glenn had this defense playing really well for the majority of the season. They did allow 24 points to the Panthers. They did allow 37 to the Seahawks. So, and then down the stretch here, they allowed 38 to the Chargers. And Justin Fields killed them on the ground. Very fortunate to win that football game, really. But that's what a good football team does. A great football team finds a way to put the rest of the game behind their backs and do what they have to do to win. And the Lions did it. The Lions did that, and that's a sign of a very good football team. And as we all know, they are. They're what, 8-2? They're one of the best football teams in the NFL, as we know. But their defense has been a cause for concern the last couple of games. It has not performed well. It has struggled. And that's going to need to improve down the stretch here. It's going to need to improve when they're going into playoffs if they want to make a good run. If they want to make it to the Super Bowl, which a lot of people think they could, which they absolutely could, but they need to get that defense figured out. They've been struggling against the run. And that was supposed to be their strength coming into this game, and it was. It's been their strength throughout the season so far. It has been a cause for concern the last 3 games. The run defense has not been good. The pass defense has struggled for majority of the season. Now, they did a very good job against the Bucs, the Falcons, and the Raiders offense. But, I think we could all agree those 3 offenses are not very impressive. They're not very good. And this was even when Josh McDaniels was still the head coach of the Raiders. I think that was a game that got McDaniels fired. But the defense is a cause for concern 100% of the way. I mean, the Chargers scoring 38 points, fine. You have Justin Herbert, you have some good weapons, and they're a very good football team. Offensively, they have Austin Eckler, but they ran the ball really well on the Lions. When the Ravens played them, the Ravens smoked them. Smoked the Lions. So, and the Ravens ran all over them. Well, yeah, you have Lamar Jackson, you have a slew of running backs back there that are amazing. Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill, Gus Edwards. You have some really talented backs in the backfield. And, of course, Lamar Jackson to put a cherry on top of that backfield. The defense is a big cause for concern. Like I said, they allowed 24 points to the Panthers, 37 to the Seahawks. Now, that was in the beginning of the year, which everything's not really where it will be towards the end. It's not really how the rest of the season will go. So you can't really take too much away from the beginning of the year, but there's still something there because the problem is resurfacing now. They did good against the Chiefs, but I mean, as we've seen throughout the entire year so far, they were actually fortunate to win that football game versus the Chiefs, but they did, and that's really what kickstarted everything. And you can't take that away from them. It was a phenomenal win, and the Chiefs made mistakes, and the Lions fought hard, and they won. The Lions won for a reason, but don't forget the Chiefs didn't have Chris Jones, they didn't have Travis Kelce. But you still were playing Patrick Mahomes. You still can't take that away from them. The Chiefs still have one of the better offense lines in the NFL. They can run the ball really well with Isaiah Pacheco. And they did a good job in Week 1 versus the Chiefs. But this defense is going to have to improve down the stretch here if this Lions team wants to make a run. If they want to make that deep playoff run that they're expected to do. They need to get that defense figured out. Aaron Glenn needs to get this defense back to playing what they were a couple weeks ago. Because they've been struggling. The last 3 games, like I said, like you see here, they have allowed the 7th most points in the last 3 games. So, a little bit of cause for concern for the Lions defense there.